Hey y'all, it's me Katie, back for more crocheting with you. It's been a week, hasn't it? How was your week? How was your weekend last weekend? How was your Memorial Day if you honor Memorial Day? How was it all? Mine has been relaxing. It has been a great change of pace in my life. My stress levels are almost non-existent, and it's been amazing for me. So yay for that. How about for you? You had a relaxing end of May, start of June. I hope you have. I have been finishing up some pieces for our Hobbes here, just so I can be caught up with you guys here on the video. And I guess we're really just going to get back into it, because why waste time, right? So I left y'all last time with the tail. We had like maybe that much of the tail or something like that, and I gave you the instructions on how to finish it because it was just repetitive, and I mean, who wants to just watch you do the same thing over and 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 over again, right? So I got a tail. It's pretty big, or long, I guess, rather. It's not big, it's long. It's longer than my face. I think I have a fairly long face. I don't know why I like doing this. I have a really long finger. But yeah, so if you were doing this along with me and you were finishing up the tail, you should at this point have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 black sections, 13 of which are stripes, one of which is the base, or not the base, but the tip of the tail. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 orange stripes. Okay? Because once you did that extra band at the top, you were just supposed to cut off, slip stitch it, and fasten off, cut it off, what have you, leave your tail. It wasn't anything special to close. We didn't have to decrease or anything like that. So hopefully you've got that. I also went back and took the time to finish my second ear. So I now have that. It seems smaller than my first ear. I think my tension was a lot tighter. So I don't know. Who knows? I mean, my ears aren't the same size either. So at this point, we have completed, if you've been doing it along with me, Hobbes's head, his body, his tail, so many stripes, look at all these stripes, y'all, and his ears. Ding ding. So today we are going to work on his arms and legs. Again, it's going to be one of those things where it's repetitive because you guessed it, there are more stripes. So yeah, we'll see what we get through. I'm probably at least going to have to finish an arm or a leg with you, depending on which one we do first, before I can move you into it. Move you into it, that made perfect sense. Move you on to the next piece. That's what I meant to say. Because I kind of need my orange and my black yarn here, so I can't just stop and cut it off in the middle, or else I guess I could, but who wants to do that? Then you have to rejoin, and it's just a big mess. So anyway, so that's what we're gonna do today. I've got my white yarn, because today you're gonna need white, orange, and black, because he's got white on the tips. So yeah. Alright, so I am just pulling this up. Ears we did, body we did, we're into the leg. Whew. What did I tell you? It's always the yawning. I don't know what it is about sitting in this chair that makes me yawn so much. I don't understand it. Okay, so you ready? I'm I'm ready. Got my needle, like I'm knitting or something. But I got my hook. Got my scissors, got my yarn, and you know what I don't have? My stitch marker. I realize I attached it to my pink yarn because I'm still trying to finish up Mew, and I was working on him last night too, and I attached it to my pink yarn, and I took my whole baggie of them home, so that makes me sad. So time to be different. So I have this very, very different color. It's like a tealy color, and I'm going to snip a little section off of it and use this as my stitch marker. Not the same though. Just hurts me to not have my stitch marker. Alright, my white yarn is a little bit of a mess. As you can, like, look at that. You see this? This is a mess. And I've been working on I have 3 projects going on right now. Just in case you were wondering. My friend asked me to make something for her kids' teachers for the end of the year, which requires white yarn also. So I was trying to use it from this end, so that as I used it all up, it would kind of lose this crazy mess that it's gotten itself into. I didn't need to use that much yarn, so it's still a mess. Yay! But that's okay. We're gonna pull from the center for this so that I don't have to mess with the mess. Alright, so we're going to start with the leg. The arm is basically going to be the same. I think it said that it just skips 1 round. Yeah, so it skips around and then it changes a color or something like that. But we're gonna get through it. So we're gonna start with the leg, because then you'll have the basics of working up to the arm. So ignore that hair flip. That was weird. I'm not a hair flippy kind of person. This is stuck to me. But I feel like I have like an I Dream of Jeannie thing happening today. If you know anything about I Dream of Jeannie, you know, she wears it like almost on top of her head. You see all this hair? That's so much hair. And it's all going away, Lord willing, tomorrow. I'm gonna go get it all chopped off. Usually around Memorial Day every year. I get my hair cut once a year. And it's usually about Memorial Day, and I get it all cut to my chin. So hopefully the next time you see me, I will have a lot less hair. So for now, it's just there on the top of my head, getting in the way of everything. All right, let's go. So for our leg, oh, sorry, almost forgot. Once again, not my pattern. Suki Girl 74 is the creator of this pattern. You can pick it up at sukigirl74.blogspot.com. It's super cute. That's why we're using it. She did a great job on it. It's not mine. Don't claim it. I did nothing to create this except follow her pattern. All I did. All right, so to get started on the legs, we are going to start with a magic circle, magic loop, magic ring, wheel of yarn, I don't like, however you want to call it. That's what we're going to start with. And we are going to put in white, that's where we're starting. We're in white, magic circle. We're going to put 6 single crochet into the magic circle. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bing! All right, we are going to close that up. You know, I never close mine up until I get my hook in that first stitch. All right, now I will. All right, so now we are going to increase 6 times. So we're going to do an increase in each of those 6 stitches. You should end with 12 stitches when you are finished. So this is round 2. I'm going to do 6 increases. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I am warm, so I'm going to lose the hoodie. By the way, if you haven't noticed, my keys are in here. Sorry. Bing! I finally had time to start cleaning the office. Yay! So it's not as messy as it was back there. Little by little, I will get more and more cleaned up until it's appropriate again. And just because I want to show it to you because it's cute and I love it so much, I got a new stool. Oh, isn't it pretty? Matches my aesthetic, doesn't it? Oh, and then I, tried to break it. So there's always that. Okay. Hair. So we are going to continue to do the jogless rounds, just FYI. So at the end of each round, you're going to slip stitch to join and give it a chain. I struggle with that word. I don't know why. And do 1 single chain. I did not do that on the first one. My bad. Sorry. Okay. I feel like I did that one time and then it messed it up or something or other. So for some reason I just don't do it after the initial 6. I'll do round 2 before I do my first join. I'm weird. It's okay. Alright, so round 3, we are going to increase up to 18. That's going to be 1 single crochet followed by 1 increase 6 times around. So that's 1 single crochet, 1 increase, and we're going to do that 5 more times. 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 3 more times with that pattern. And last one, single crochet and increase. And then join with the slip stitch and chain 1. Boom. All right, round 4. Don't get tangled up, white. All right, round 4, we're going to increase to 24. So that's going to be 2 single crochet, 1 increase 6 times around. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches because it sounded a little confusing. And then 2 single crochet into the 3rd stitch. That's your increase. All right, so we're going to do that 5 more times. So 1, 2, increase, And last one, 1, 2 single crochet and 1 increase, join with a slip stitch and chain 1. I'm just going to pull some yarn out here to make sure it doesn't get caught. Go. All right, now rounds 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 rounds. We are going to just work evenly. So working 24 stitches, single crochets, joining and chaining each time for 5 rounds is all we're going to do. And then on that last one, we're going to have a color change into black. So keep that in mind to get that nice color change. All right, time for my stitch marker. If you don't know how to use one of these kind of stitch markers where it's just like a piece of yarn, it's really super simple. You literally just have a scrap piece of yarn that's a different color than what you're using, so it's easy to see. And all you do is just flop it, kind of flop it on there. My white yarn doesn't want to move. So you just kind of hang it there, like that. I mean, that's really all it is. You just hang it there and you work over it. And that's your stitch marker. Once you get back to that, you know you've reached the end of your round. So that's really all about that, how that one works. So we're just going to work our 24 single crochet around for 5 rounds. This is where it's going to get a little boring. So I don't have anyone to talk to at the moment. And I don't have music. I'm hoping that probably in the next coming week or two, I will be able to get a song list that I could play music with, because I won't get yelled at for copyright or anything like that, because I will have finally found royalty-free music. Wouldn't that be a kick in the pants? Alright, so I finished my first round. Now I'm just doing my second. So one of the things I still have to do, I've got some paper crafting things to do today, so that's exciting. I'm doing a navy theme mailbox. My friend has asked me to make a mailbox that says letters to daddy on it, because her husband, her kid's dad, just went on deployment, and he will be underwater, so he won't be able to receive mail. And so she's creating a space for them to still be able to write him letters and put them in a mailbox, so to speak, to save them for when he returns, which I just love that idea. So I get to do that project when I'm finished with y'all here today. And then what else am I doing? I've got, alright, that was round 2. I mean, technically it was round 6, but my second of 5. And then I am prepping, so yeah, I've told y'all that I work with Awana here at our church, and I am prepping. We have a leader appreciation dinner here on Sunday for all of my wonderful, wonderful volunteers that helped us run-a-wanna all year. So I'm prepping for that. I've got to make some things up for that. I got to write a speech again. Oh, I hate speeches. I was not meant to be a public speaker. When we had our awards night last week, I looked calm on the outside, but then by the time that I sat down next to my husband, I breathed out a breath that I did not know I was even holding for the longest time. Because I was just like, oh my gosh, it's finally over. I literally could breathe again because I was not a fan, okay? All right. And it sounds like my boss is here, which is weird because she's not supposed to be here on Fridays. But she is, nonetheless. All right. I just finished up round 3, just so you know. Round 7. My 3rd time around. So we're into 4. Who knows? Maybe instead today, so that we don't have to work through all these stripes again on here, because I mean that's just boring, right? Just repeat, rinse and repeat basically over and over again. So maybe since we're going to be cutting off the white, what I'll do is get you started on all the stripes. For the leg, you'll just repeat it a second time, right? To do 2 legs. And then I'll show you how to do the muzzle. Because I don't need black and orange. I did that backwards. Black and orange for the muzzle. I just need the white. So that could free up some time and give you a second piece to work on instead of just watching me put stripes in because I need the yarn to tell you how to make the arms. I like this idea. This is my brain's working. See what happens when I'm less stressed? My brain functions the way it's supposed to. It's amazing. Alright, going around for the 5th and final one of this set. This is round 9. This is workaround number 5 for what we've been doing. All right. Oh, and I gotta do my color change. So my final stitch, I'm not going to finish. Okay, so we're turning this, we're moving into black is our new color. So I'm gonna pull my black over. I'm gonna pull him through to complete my 24th stitch to get that color change, and I'm going to use the black to do my slip stitch and my chain stitch. Ding! Alright, so we are now into round 10. I am going to get rid of this long inside white tail, and I'm going to bury my tails as I stitch for my next colors so that I don't have to weave them in later because I despise weaving. Alright, so round 10, we're working in black. Right? We're once again going around 24. We're going to do that for 2 rounds, so we're back to the stripes, okay? We're going to be done with white. And look, by the way, stitch marker, see, that's where I started. So I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, and then you just pull it out. There you go. That's how you use a yarn stitch marker, or stitch marker made of yarn, whichever way. You know what I mean. So we're gonna do back to the stripes that we've been doing repeatedly. So we're just gonna work around 24. I'm gonna get my tails in here. There we go. Nope, go around it. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to cut off my white so that it's done and out of the way. So all I did is I'm just pulling my tails out. It brings this in, but we're just going to stretch it back out if you do what I do. This just helps bury them a little better, because then you can get all of it in without anything hanging out. There we go. And then it just has this tiny little bit that tucks on the inside, so that it also doesn't come through. All right, so going around, finishing our 24. So that's how many we're going around, is 24. That's 24. Then you're going to slip stitch to join and chain 1. And then we're going to go around 11 is going to be one more time, going around in the black. And at the end of this round, we're going to color change to orange. And then basically we'll just keep repeating that. So I'll probably do 2 sets with you, and then we'll move on to the muzzle. Why? Because we can. I might not even do 2 sets with you, because you already know how to do this. You've been doing it forever. This is my last one. All right, so that final stitch I'm not finishing. I'm going to finish it with my new color. My yarn holder went a little crazy on me. There we go. Okay, bringing my orange. I'm going to do our color change to orange and use the orange for the slip stitch. And the chain stitch. Okay. So now using our new color, I'm just dropping the black. We'll feed that back in once we switch to black again. Okay. So now we're going to do 24 around in orange. This will be rounds 12 and 13. Just going around. That's Carrie Underwood's song too. I mean, it's not called Around, but she's got a line where she goes round and round and round they go. Spinning Bottles. It's the name of that song, if you're interested. It's a really good song. It's a very poignant song. Okay, so that is the end of that one. We're going to do one more round in orange of 24 single crochet stitches. And this one we will change back to black at the end of this one. Let's see, what else am I doing this week? I'm also prepping for my husband's birthday. He's got a birthday coming up. So I've got June's busy for us in that realm, celebration realm, because we have my husband's birthday, and then about 10 days later, not even 10 days, what was that? 13 days later, is Father's Day, which he, of course, is a father. Alright, that's my final stitch here, so I'm going to pull my black in, and then, so that's what, the 15th, so then mathing 8 days later after that is our anniversary. Alright, so I'm going to join and slip and chain stitch with the black and start my 24 around again in black. Just want y'all to see the stripes starting before we move on to our next piece. So yeah, anyway, so got a lot of planning to do. So we've got this dinner on Sunday, and then it's my husband's birthday, and on top of that I've got training because I am helping with our church VBS, which is Vacation Bible School. So we've got volunteer training for that, which ironically enough is on my husband's birthday. So we'll be celebrating the next day. Alright, slip stitch to join, chain, and one more time around. At the end of this round, we will change back to orange. It's just going to be more and more of that until our Hobbes has all of his leg stripes, which I will tell you about in just a moment of how far you need to take this. My final stitch. Or do I have one more? No, I have one more. The black sometimes is very hard to see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so ending that. I gotta flip mine because I got it wound up a little bit there. Okay, so finish my final stitch with my new color. Drop the old, slip stitch and chain, and then we're going to go around 24 again with our orange color. And then we're going to move on. I just want you guys to see the stripe formation. Going around. Woo! right, and we're going to slip stitch and chain 1, and you'll go around again 24, changing back to black. See, you've got your paw and then the start of your stripes. So for your stripes, you want to have 4 stripes of each color before you fasten off. There's no decreasing in this again. You're going to end with the orange. So, you know, black and orange, that's one set. 2, 3, 4. So you want to do 4 sets of stripes ending with your orange, and you're just going to slip stitch to fasten off. And then you'll do it again. You will just repeat sorry, my boss texted me and I got distracted. You'll just repeat this step all over again to create your second leg. But for now, I'm going to stop on this so that I can show you how to do the muzzle, which you're going to need white for. All right, so like I said, finish that one up. We'll do the arm next time, which is basically the same thing. If you want to get started on the arm, that's completely up to you. The paw is going to do the exact same thing, except you're only going to go to 8 rounds instead of 9. It's the only difference. So if you want to get started on the arm, just so you're ready for the next part, feel free to do that. It's going to be the same intro stuff, just stopping at round 8 instead of round 9. That's all. So like I said, 4 sets of stripes, fasten off at the end. All right, so I will finish that in my off time. But for now, I'm going to show you how to make the muzzle. All right, so this is where you need your white. Okay, it's basically going to start off the same way as we just did with our leg, with our magic ring, magic circle, magic loop, magic hoop. That's a new one. And we're going to put 6 single crochet into that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And my nose itches. Sorry about that. Tighten your loop up. We're going to increase to 12 on this next one. It's going to be 1 increase in each of those stitches. Like, I'm going to be a good girl, and I'm going to do my join stitch on the first round. We'll see if I don't mess it up. So like I said, for some reason, I always mess it up when I do it this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So here's hoping I don't mess it up. All right, so putting an increase into each of those stitches. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. This yarn is so much more stiff than the black and the orange. 5 and 6. And then we're going to slip stitch and chain. All right. Round 3, we're going to increase to 18. It's on the back of my neck, it's bothering me. I can't wait to cut my hair. All right, we're going to increase to 18, so it's going to be 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 increase into the second. We're going to repeat that 5 times. It's going to be 1 increase, 1 increase. Keep that going. then last one single crochet, increase, and then slip stitch and chain. Okay. Round 4, we're going to increase to 21 this time. It's a little different than our normal even increases. So we are going to do 2 single crochet in the first stitch and 1 single crochet in the following 5. So that's an increase into the first stitch. So increase into the first. Okay. 5 single crochet into the next 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's 1 into the next 5 each. I said it. I say it funny sometimes. So 5 single crochet, follow that. 1 per stitch. Okay, and we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So it's increase followed by 5 single crochet 3 times around. We're increasing it to 21. So we're going to increase followed by 5 single crochet across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do that one last time. Increase. And, oh, I hooked more than I needed to hook. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, I think I miscounted there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was only 4. And 5. There we go. All right, and then we're going to slip stitch and chain. All right, rounds 5 through 18. Sorry, again, distractions. 5 through 18. So that is how many? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 14 rounds. We're just going to work it up. Excuse me. Sorry. It doesn't make sense in my head. I'm looking through it in my head. Okay, I see what she's doing. This is a little different than I'm used to. Okay, so we're making the tube, basically, for the muzzle. I'm used to things being open-ended when you have to sew them on for amigurumi. This one's a little different. Look at that. We're learning something today, guys. I'm not learning. We're doing something a little differently today. So that's what's happening here, is we're doing a closed piece to then sew on later. Okay. Not what I would have expected, but either way. All right, so I'm getting my yarn stitch marker in here. Stitch marker of yarn. And we're gonna go. So that's gonna be 21 around for 14 rounds. See how fast we can get through these so I can finish this off with you guys. I don't want to leave you hanging on the muzzle. And don't forget to slip stitch and chain at the end of each one, just to keep it even. I mean, technically you could work this just in straight continuous rounds. So if you want to do that, you can. But because I'm in the zone of jogless rounds, that's kind of where I'm just going to camp there. Because I can almost guarantee that if I go back to continuous rounds, I'm going to mess up again when I get back to having to do them with the stripes. Because if you watched any of the previous videos, you'll know that I was on the struggle bus for a little while trying to get my counts right, because it just wasn't happening. I would either add stitches along the way or I'd lose stitches along the way, and it was a mess for a little bit. And I finally got it down. I had gotten so used to working continuous rounds that doing jogless rounds really threw me off. So I'm in the groove. For jogless. So I'm just camping there. That's where I'm staying. You can't make me switch. Not gonna happen. It helps if I go into the appropriate stitch though. There we go. Alright. And I'll be honest, I'm just kind of gonna go, and then after a little while I will count how many rounds I've done and kind of go from there. Because it's either I attempt to entertain you and regale you with my commentary, or I count. And I feel like the counting's going to be even more boring. So, yeah. So we're down to, I think, our final 10 minutes. So we're gonna be pushing it. If you know my videos at all, I try very hard to keep this to an hour. Look, my boss is texting me again. So I'm gonna finish this round and then I'm gonna text her real quick. So don't mind me. She wants to talk about our event that we're having on Sunday. Guaranteed. I would be surprised if she didn't. So I'm just gonna text her and let her know that I'm with y'all for 10 more minutes, and then get back to my hopefully super fast crocheting so that I actually can finish with y'all in 10 minutes. That's the dream, right? That's the dream. So says Barney. 1 second. Okay. There we go. See, look, that was super fast, right? And yeah. So we're just going around and around and around and around some more. This is really not how I thought this muzzle was going to go. I was recently watching a video. It's like, 10 habits or 14 habits or however many habits it were that crocheters need to stop doing, right? And one of them was not reading the pattern before you start making it. I won't lie, that is a problem that I have. I like to just kind of dive right into things. When it comes to crocheting, I think it's more fun that way. I mean, where's the excitement of already knowing what you're going to do? Keeps it interesting. Play it fast and loose, right? For the most part, I typically read the instructions before I do them, or at least glance through them. I don't do that with patterns. I don't know what it is. I just don't. What happened here? Oh no, did I mess it up? Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, what did I say? I got distracted again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think I've lost stitches, guys. I think I've lost stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I did. No. No, I didn't. Because we're working in 21 stitches. Y'all. Here, I thought that I dropped 3 stitches somewhere. I didn't. We're working in 21, not 24. Silly old me. All right. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to fly through this fast enough to finish on time. So, for me, just for me, I might not do the full 14 rounds, and I'll just move on with you. But you make sure you do the full 14 rounds. I can always go back and change mine. I just won't fasten mine off. But just for the sake of time and instruction, because I want to get through it with you, because this takes us to, we still have 4 more rounds after that, which isn't much, right? But like I said, I just don't want to waste anybody's time, you know. I can go, I've got a whole week. That reminds me, I was going to let you all know, I think for the summer, just out of deference to my children not wanting to sit up here in this building for an hour twice a week, and not to mention the hour of drive time, because it's about 25 minutes to drive out here from where we live. So round trip, you know, we're looking at 50 minutes to an hour depending on traffic. I think for the summer I am just going to drop down to Fridays. So I'm sorry if that makes you sad. It makes me a little sad too, because that means it's going to take longer to get through projects with you. But my plan also is, once we get through Hobbes here, I'm going to do a couple, like, I'm calling them one-off projects, to where we can get through an entire project. So there'll be small ones. We can get through an entire project in one stream. Yay! Alright, so I am going to stop at this round, see how many I've done. But I'm going to pretend that this was 14 rounds. I'm going to count how many I have done. I've done 9. So I wasn't too far off. So I just need to write that down because I'm going to forget. Hold on. Done 9. 9 out of 14. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to pull my stitch marker out and put it back so I know where I need to go back to. Alright, so you should not finish until you have 18 rounds in total. Okay? But we're going to finish this up real quick. So, round 19. We finished our 18. Round 19, we're going to take it back down to 18 stitches. So we're going to do 2 decreases. I take that back. 1 decrease followed by 5 single crochets. So basically, we're just working backwards from how we started. So it's going to be 1 decrease, and then 5 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to repeat that 2 more times, so 3 times in total. So decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we will slip stitch and chain. All right, round 20, we're going to take it back down to 12. It's going to be 1 single crochet, 1 decrease 6 times around. So 1 single crochet in the first, decrease the next, 1 single crochet, decrease the next. Repeat that 4 more times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 6 times in total. We're going to slip stitch and chain. Okay, now we are going to decrease every stitch, so 6 decreases for this round, bringing it down to 6 stitches. 1, 2, and we're not stuffing, so don't worry. I didn't forget to tell you to stuff. We're not stuffing this. 3. It's getting tight. 4. Oof. 5. And 6. Maybe. Come through, yarn. There it goes. Okay. So we got a tiny hole. Got a tiny, tiny hole left. That's it. Just a tiny hole. And then we're going to decrease 3, breaking that down to that. If you don't want to do the final 3 decreases, you can just sew it and pull it shut if you want to do it that way, whichever way you prefer. I'm just going to quickly do the 3 decreases because I can. So 1, 2, 'If I can get it up through the hole here. 2. Last one. Can she do it? Oh, it's tight. Oh, I think I did something wrong, because that wasn't moving. Where's my hole? I won't lie, it is hard to do the 3. And it's the first 2 aren't bad, it's that last one. Alright, 3. There we go. 3 decreases. I myself will probably, when I actually finish it, will do the sewing finish. I think it's a cleaner one. It doesn't leave like a little nub at the top. But you know, you do you. And then you're just going to fasten off and leave a really long tail, because we're going to sew this whole thing. See how we flatten it? We're going to leave a long tail for sewing to this. So So make sure you leave plenty of sewing space on there. But that's how you do the muzzle. And don't forget to finish up your leg and make a second one. And then next time we will be back with doing the arms, which, like I said, that's one's going to be simple because I'm not going to take too much time on that one since I already showed you how to do the leg and it's basically the same. But we'll do that, and then we'll start on the big belly for next time. All right, so that's it for today. I'm going to let you guys go meet with my boss so she can go home on her day off. And I will see y'all next Friday, which is, I haven't switched my calendar yet, the 9th, Friday the 9th. So just once a week for the summer. And yeah, that about covers it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, a fantastic week. I will see you next week. Adios. Bye.